And just like that, the client list disappeared. So guys, clearly I'm doing a video on the Epstein client list, right? So we're going to call him Mr. E. And Mr. E's client list all of a sudden is gone. It doesn't exist, according to the Trump administration. Now, I hope people are starting to see through Trump and his bullshit. Now, again, I told you guys from the beginning, I was never a big fan of him, but we had no other choice but to vote for him because of the two other idiots that were looking to run, or rather destroy, this country. But in fact, Trump is now part of that clan, if you will. Yes, he's throwing us a couple bones by shutting the borders down, which he's supposed to do, making financial moves that are hopefully going to better us, or better us middle class. We got to wait and see come tax season. But he is still not standing up to or sticking to his other big campaign promises, like the Mr. E client list, the JFK files, which had nothing new in it. And of course, he's still supplying Ukraine, and he started some nonsense with Iran, with Israel. But the client list is the bigger problem. It's my bigger issue, because that client list, guys, first of all, the entire Mr. E case was a segue, or rather, the golden key to unlock the door to that forbidden, horrific world of the trafficking kids that have gone missing. If not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of kids have been in this industry and gone, being traded around, used, abused, you name it. And that was one of the best ways to get into that world. Now, of course, guys, with that list, there are people, powerful people on that list, that could have absolutely collapsed that industry. But coincidentally, after Elon Musk called out Trump, all of a sudden the client list doesn't exist. After Elon Musk called out Trump and said that he was on the list, all of a sudden Dan Bongino, the government simp, states that, oh, Mr. E, in fact, offed himself. I watched a video of 8 hours of no one going in his cell. Now, keep this in mind, guys. I've been editing for a long time. I've been studying movies, if you will, for a long time. And the one thing I know about editing a fixed camera that's on an area, if you will, like a jail cell, the door of a jail cell, if you will, that if it doesn't move, if nothing moves in that frame, it's easy to splice. You can splice somebody coming in and out, and you can definitely, because it's digital, mess around with the timestamp. The timestamp is not hard, especially being that it's digital in this day and age. So yes, things can be cut out and no one's going to know. Matter of fact, maybe Dan Bongino watched this video and they gave him the edited version of somebody going in, or maybe Mr. E leaving. And that's like a body double or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of theories behind that. I don't want to get into it. My point is, guys, is that the Trump administration is now part of the problem. People were people were all over the Biden administration for not releasing a list, for not doing what they were supposed to do with this list. And the MAGA party, if you will, motherfucked the Biden administration for doing this, for not releasing this list. Now, Trump is doing it, and now all of a sudden there's a million and one excuses why he can't do it. There are MAGA people, the morons that they are actually believing now that the list doesn't exist because he said so. Or rather, his administration said so. There's a problem, guys, with people who follow these political animals to the end. Anybody who's following Trump that hard, you're an asshole. Anybody who's following the Biden party or Kamala Harris party that hard, you're an asshole. Anybody who's still sucking Obama's dick, though he's been out for a while now, you're an asshole. These people, guys, are a part of the problem that's steadily screwing us over. And we sit here and we put these politicians, no matter who they are, on a pedestal, like they are the best people to ever represent this country. And they're not. Now, Trump, I told you guys before, we were going to see a different dude. And what are we seeing? A different dude who's going against his campaign promises. Listen, he could have did whatever else he wanted. Yeah, was I feeling that whole Iran thing? Absolutely not. Did he lie about Iran having nuclear capabilities? Absolutely. Other intelligence agencies said that they weren't doing that. They were trying to build a nuclear power plant. Now, yes, the bigger question is, why were they doing it underground? You can argue that. But who's to say that that place was underground? Because after it was hit, according to the Iranians, nothing was destroyed. And that everything was moved out anyway. So again, yes, there are arguments as to whether or not what were they really doing. Who really knows? But if the intel community around the world said that there was nothing nuclear being done, and then Trump single-handedly goes, yes, it is, because the Israeli intelligence said so, there's a problem. Israel's not to be trusted. But that is a different argument for a different day. My point to this whole thing is, guys, is that the political animals that are running this country are all siding with one another. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party came together on the Epstein list, disappearing. The Mr. E client list is gone. That list could have got you into the sex trafficking world and could have found a lot of kids, could have found a lot of bodies, could have found the people who are moving them around, could have found the organizations that are moving these kids around. But instead, they're like, right, let's screw those kids. They're never about the safety of the kids. They're never about the American people. Whenever they start saying, this is for the American people, they're full of shit. You want to be for the American people? Find those kids. Forget about everything else you want to do. Find the kids. But nobody wants to do that. It doesn't matter whether Democrat or Republican, they want no part of finding these kids because that leads into a world of trouble that they're probably not ready to confront. Or they don't care, or they're getting paid off. You choose, or they're part of that whole evil world. And they want to keep their kids in play, if you know what I mean. So again, guys, this whole thing with the list disappearing is absolute and utter bullshit. And we are sitting here, some people are sitting here, still defending Trump over that. Enough already. If you're still defending this man, you got some serious mental fucking problems. You're just like the Biden fucking assholes who followed Biden to the end, who sat there and seriously thought Biden had no cognitive issues. You fucking kidding me? This man was 3 sheets in the wind, and people were like, there's nothing wrong with him. Because you're a fucking asshole. Kamala Harris, piece of shit. She's going to make a great president. No, she's not. She's an asshole. But people who followed her to the end and voted for her are assholes. So, guys, essentially, we got to stop being assholes. We got to take the step back, and we got to look at what these people are doing and take the country back from them. The fact, guys, that the tax situation, especially people who own businesses, they get taxed. They get something called employee tax, where they're getting taxed on the amount of employees they have to pay. I just found this out. I didn't even know that existed. And someone in that video was like, didn't we go to war for taxes? Step in the right direction. We have to take this country back, guys. And I just don't know how. Because I think a lot of us are too comfortable in wanting to start that war. Because essentially that's what it's going to be. And I know there's a lot of military guys that are like, you don't understand the consequences of war. I don't. But I know that something's got to be done, because protesting in the street with signs and shit, screaming and yelling and acting like a moron does not work. Because these people know that that's what we're going to do. And they go, as long as they keep their signs over there, we're going to do what we want. And they're continuing to do what they want. None of the protesting, none of the stupid signs ever change anything. Never has, never will. But you know what changes things? Violence. It's the only thing these people recognize. Other than that, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.